In a sterile hospital room where miracles and mistakes often collide, a single misplaced vial was about to intertwine the lives of a desperate CEO and an innocent college student in ways neither could imagine. In the bustling city of Manhattan, where dreams and ambitions collided like waves against the shore, Gabriel Daniels stood at the helm of Daniels Beverages, a legacy built by generations before him. His success in business, however, cast a shadow over his personal life, a void that grew deeper with each passing day. "I need my own bloodline to continue this company," Gabriel would often tell his wife Prisa, a social media influencer whose carefully curated online presence masked their private struggles. Despite her inability to carry a child, Prisa's pleas for adoption fell on deaf ears. Gabriel's determination to preserve his genetic legacy remained unshakable. Fate, however, had other plans. When cancer struck Gabriel at the peak of his career, the possibility of fatherhood seemed to slip through his fingers like sand. In a last-minute decision before surgery, he left a sperm sample at Manhattan General Hospital, a backup plan that would later set in motion events beyond his control. Miles away, in a modest college dorm room, Jane Rivers lived an uncomplicated life of lectures and part-time jobs, until one routine medical checkup changed everything. Through a catastrophic mix-up in the hospital's fertility clinic, Jane, a virgin focused on her studies, was accidentally inseminated with Gabriel's sperm. The hospital staff, realizing their devastating error, quietly erased her records, hoping to bury their mistake in bureaucratic silence. "Congratulations, Miss Rivers. You're pregnant," the nurse announced with an oblivious smile, unaware of the impossibility she was declaring. Jane's world tilted on its axis. "That's impossible," she stammered, her hands trembling. "I'm a virgin." Meanwhile, Gabriel received his own devastating news. The surrogate he and Prisa had hired had lost the pregnancy. As he drove home that evening, his mind clouded with grief, he nearly hit a distracted pedestrian, Jane Rivers herself, fresh from confirming her impossible pregnancy at a nearby pharmacy. Their brief encounter, charged with unspoken turmoil, seemed like a cosmic joke. Neither knew that their lives were already irreversibly intertwined, their fates sealed by a hospital's careless mistake. As Jane rushed away from Gabriel's apologetic gaze, she couldn't have known that the stranger who had nearly hit her was the biological father of the child growing inside her. And so began a tale of legacy, lies, and unexpected connections, where the truth lay buried beneath layers of hospital records and unspoken secrets, waiting to unravel their carefully constructed worlds. Behind the polished walls of Jane Rivers' childhood home lay a tapestry of pain and resilience woven through generations. Her grandfather, a ruthless politician with a pristine public image, had terrorized Jane's grandmother until her tragic death when Jane's mother, Elise, was only 12. The trauma shaped Elise's worldview, leading her to find solace and love in Sarah's arms, together choosing to raise Jane through anonymous sperm donation. The family's wounds ran deeper still through Jane's uncle Jacob, whose face bore the scars of his ex-wife's jealous rage acid thrown in a moment of unfounded suspicion. Now, a single father, Jacob's quiet strength in raising his children had earned the church's support, though pain lingered in his eyes. Across town, in their luxurious penthouse, Gabriel and Prisa Daniels' marriage crumbled beneath the weight of their disagreements. "There are so many children who need homes," Prisa would plead, her social media influence masking her private desperation. But Gabriel remained unmoved, his obsession with bloodline and legacy creating an ever-widening chasm between them. "I need my own DNA to continue this company," he'd insist, each word driving another wedge into their relationship. What Prisa kept hidden beneath her perfectly curated online presence were the abortions from her university days, secrets that her best friend Sophia wouldn't let her forget. When Jane's impossible pregnancy forced her to leave college, she returned to her childhood home, where the family's complex dynamics intensified. Elise, haunted by her own mother's suffering, struggled to understand her daughter's claims of virginal pregnancy. "This family is cursed," she'd whisper to Sarah late at night, while their daughter slept upstairs. Sarah, protective and fierce, stood guard over Jane like a lioness, while Jacob offered quiet support, his scarred face a testament to the family's resilience. In the kitchen one morning, as Jane sipped her tea, Sarah watched her daughter with worried eyes. "We've survived worse," she said softly, though uncertainty clouded her voice. The weight of generations' abuse, trauma, love, and protection pressed down on Jane's shoulders as she navigated her mysterious pregnancy. Meanwhile, unknown to all, the truth of her condition lay buried in hospital records, connecting her to Gabriel Daniels in ways that would soon shatter both their carefully constructed worlds. In the quiet corner of a park where autumn leaves painted the ground in shades of gold, Gabriel Daniels found himself drawn to a solitary figure on a bench. Jane Rivers sat there, lost in thoughts about her mysterious pregnancy. Their eyes met, and something indefinable passed between them, a recognition of shared pain. "Are you all right?" Gabriel's deep voice broke through her reverie. Though strangers, they found themselves sharing fragments of their lives, careful to keep their full identities hidden. Jane spoke of her impossible situation without revealing details, while Gabriel confided about his cancer battle and lost dreams of fatherhood. Their chance encounter blossomed into something more profound. Coffee shops became their sanctuary, where steam rising from ceramic cups masked whispered confidences. The Riverside Cafe, with its worn leather seats and soft jazz music, witnessed their growing bond. "Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger," Gabriel remarked one evening, watching Jane stir her untouched tea. No expectations, no judgments. Their meetings, though innocent, carried an air of secrecy. Neither mentioned them to their families, not to Prisa, who grew increasingly suspicious of Gabriel's evening walks, nor to Sarah and Elise, who worried about their daughter's emotional state. Each encounter deepened their connection. Gabriel found himself seeing life differently through Jane's resilient spirit, while she drew strength from his unwavering presence. Their conversations ranged from profound to mundane, but always carried an undercurrent of unspoken understanding. "You remind me that there's still good in the world," Gabriel admitted one evening by the river, the setting sun casting long shadows across their faces, "even when everything feels broken." Jane's heart constricted, heavy with secrets she couldn't share. The truth about her pregnancy and its connection to Gabriel lurked beneath the surface of their friendship like a ticking bomb. Neither could explain the magnetic pull that kept drawing them together, nor did they try. In each other's company, they found a rare peace, Gabriel temporarily forgetting his obsession with legacy, Jane finding respite from her impossible situation. Yet fate played a cruel joke, bringing them closer while concealing the truth that would eventually tear their worlds apart. Their growing bond, built on shared pain and understanding, balanced precariously on the edge of revelation. Tension crackled through the autumn air as Sarah confronted Gabriel on their doorstep, her protective instincts flaring at the sight of this wealthy stranger. "Stay away from my daughter," she warned, her voice sharp with maternal ferocity. Gabriel stood his ground, his concern for Jane genuine, yet Sarah saw only threat in his presence. Meanwhile, Prisa's suspicions about her husband's evening absences led her to trail him one crisp evening. Hidden behind designer sunglasses, she watched Gabriel and Jane share intimate conversation at their usual cafe. The sight of her husband's gentle smiles, ones she hadn't seen in months, ignited a fury within her. That night, Prisa began her investigation. Her manicured fingers flew across her keyboard, digging through social media profiles and public records. Each detail about Jane Rivers fueled her obsession: the college student's mysterious pregnancy, her leave of absence from university, her unconventional family. Prisa hired a private investigator, determined to uncover anything she could use against this perceived threat to her marriage. "Find everything," she instructed the investigator, her voice cold with determination. "Leave no stone unturned." At the university, whispers followed Jane through the halls. Once friendly faces turned away, discomfort evident in their averted gazes. The weight of her pregnancy and mounting speculation became too much to bear. Her professors' concerned emails and missed assignments piled up until she finally submitted her leave of absence paperwork. The day she cleared out her dorm room, Jane caught her reflection in the window, her face pale, dark circles under her eyes telling the story of sleepless nights and unanswered questions. The campus that had once held such promise now felt like a prison of judgment and suspicion. Unknown to all, these mounting tensions were drawing them closer to an explosive truth. Sarah's protective barriers, Prisa's vengeful investigation, and Jane's retreat from academic life were merely the tremors before an earthquake that would shake their foundations to the core. The hospital's secret mistake loomed over them all, a time bomb ticking quietly beneath their intertwined lives. Deep within Manhattan General Hospital, buried in deleted files and redacted records, lay a mistake that would soon unravel multiple lives. Dr. Peterson, who had authorized the cover-up of Jane's accidental insemination, found himself checking the encrypted backup files compulsively, knowing one data leak could destroy careers and lives. Prisa, armed with a dossier compiled by her private investigator, plotted her revenge meticulously. Each night as Gabriel returned home late from his walks, she added to her plans. The investigator's latest report revealed Jane's impossible virgin pregnancy claims, which Prisa found laughably convenient. She didn't yet realize this detail would lead her to a truth far more devastating than suspected infidelity. In her parents' home, Jane struggled with the growing weight of her secret. Her friendship with Gabriel had become a lifeline, but their connection teetered on the edge of something deeper, something dangerous. During their clandestine meetings, both felt an inexplicable pull, unaware that biology itself drew them together. "There's something about you," Gabriel would say, studying Jane's face as if trying to solve a puzzle. The resemblance to his own features remained unnoticed, yet nagged at his subconscious. The truth about Jane's pregnancy lay in the intersection of chance and negligence, documented in a single deleted hospital file. As Prisa's investigation drew closer to the hospital records, as Jane's pregnancy progressed, and as Gabriel's paternal instincts inexplicably stirred in Jane's presence, their carefully constructed worlds moved toward collision. The hospital administration held emergency meetings behind closed doors, tracking Prisa's inquiries with growing alarm. Each piece of the puzzle threatened to connect Gabriel's sperm sample, Jane's routine checkup, the missing records. One wrong move, one leaked document, would shatter multiple lives in an instant. Meanwhile, Jane and Gabriel's relationship deepened, even as the very truth that connected them threatened to tear them apart. Neither suspected that their comfort in each other's presence, their inexplicable bond, stemmed from the life growing inside Jane, a child that would either destroy them or bind them together forever.